Oh, making good progress. I mean, nothing earth-shattering, but, it's coming. The woodwork, I'm leaving the exterior woodwork for now. That's one coat of that teak cleaner, scrubbed with, like a little brush. And that's got 4 coats of teak oil on it. It's not saturated by any stretch. Probably give it a couple more coats in the spring. Got the old pinstriping off, got the new pinstriping on. It's, a little herky-jerky, but I'm happy with it. And I just used a heat gun and one of these little scrapers. And then to get the glue residue off, I bought one of these magic eraser wheels. That thing worked great. The trick with that is don't let it heat up. As it gets warmer, it starts to leave its own residue. But just some, spraying iron or something and scrub that, then that comes off, and then just wipe it down with a cloth, and that worked great. I did get that through hole fitting out. You can see that. It actually couldn't have gone much better. I was, a little anxious about starting that. And it looks to me, all it was the, the original sealant. It just lived its life and started to leak and, went from there. But while I was working, I got it out, and there's about a 1/2 inch plywood backer on the inside of the hull, and it appears to be glassed to the hull. So what I did was I've just taken a wood chisel and a little mallet, and I've just peeled the plywood off layer by layer. And I'm down to the last layer now. I'm starting to sand that out, so I'm down to fiberglass. But I had a bit of an epiphany when I was working on that. I don't need a through-hole fitting for the water intake. My intentions for the boat are I'm going to rent a slip at a local lake, leave it there for the summer, mostly day trips, but I'm hoping, 3 or 4 overnights. But I got looking, and I measured the effluent tank for the head, and it's 10 US gallons. So then I measured that area where it's set up for the cooler, and I can put a potable 10 US gallon water tank there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to seal off this hole where the through hull fitting was, fiberglassed inside and out. I'm going to get a 10 gallon potable water tank. I'll plumb that in to the water intake for the head, and I'm going to plumb that in to the squirter for the sink. And that'll give me ample water for my purposes, probably for the whole summer. That way too, I can get rid of that bag system under the sink. Just use like a milk jug or something for the gray water. And then I freeze that up for kind of a little gear locker. Now the only other place I can see where there could be water is that transducer for the depth sounder. Now the gentleman I bought the boat from said that depth sounder, may or may not work. So that leads me to hope that the transducer is okay. So get a chance, I'm going to pull that out, check the continuity, clean the contacts, and go from there. I'm wanting to get that done because I'd really like to get the mast raised, learn how to raise it, but then plus I can start going through and learning about the standing rigging. So, and it's the end of August, and here in east central Saskatchewan, I mean, it's nice and hot and everything right now, but it might be like this till October, or we might have 2 feet of snow in 2 weeks. So, but it's coming.